we had all seen, I mean, everybody in there had seen this story. It was all over the TV. The guy was caught on camera committing the murder, so, you know, you pretty much have a preconceived notion of the man's guilt or not.
On September 29, 2009, a Logan County jury sentenced Robert James to life in prison after jurors found him guilty of first-degree murder in the August 8, 2008 shooting death of Tony Rice in the parking lot of Paris Walmart. James admitted killing Rice but told investigators he had little memory of the shooting and he was in a dreamlike state or daze at the time it happened. It took the jury less than an hour to convict James of first-degree murder.
Eventually they called my name, and there was 8 or 10 of us that went back together, and they're asking questions. One of the very first questions was, do you have a preconceived idea about the guilt or innocence of the person that's going to be on trial? And I promptly raised my hand and said, oh yes, you know, I've seen all this, I'm pretty sure he did it. And their next question was, well, could you put that opinion aside and base your thoughts on it, your verdict on only what's presented in the courtroom during the trial? I had to say, well, yeah, I guess I could. That was a big mistake. And we're talking in the middle of school. I teach mathematics. My main goal is, can I get these kids ready for their, you know, their required testing? Yes, and every day lost is, you know, a big deal. And this was in, I think, November. So yes, testing is a long way off, but when you're going to lose a week of time to this trial, I was majorly concerned. And I told them, I said, okay, this is where I am. This is my situation. Can you please just let me go home? And they said no. Don't they have subs for that? It was kind of their response. And so there I was, stuck, and had to sit through a week of this trial. I remember, you know, you had to sit there and watch autopsy photos and that kind of thing of this poor man who had been killed. And I remember the man that was on trial, his demeanor, he was, you know, he was very quiet. I don't think he ever spoke a word that we heard him speak, and he was never called as a witness or anything like that. It was a pretty quick verdict. I mean, we all had the same, were of the same mind. It was just such a cut and dried case. Luckily, there was not a lot of gory pictures or anything like that, but we sat and watched, because it was Walmart parking lot. Walmart has security cameras all over the place. So there are 3 or 4 different views of this man sitting in the parking lot waiting on his victim to come out, and then driving over and just basically stepping out of the vehicle and shooting him, emptying his gun on him. I mean, the man's literally laying in the parking lot and he walks over and shoots him again. It was disturbing, you know, you're frustrated to be in there in the first place, but then the whole thing is just really disturbing to think that one human being could purposely hunt down another human being and shoot them for something, to me, that is as trivial as whether you think it's an affair or taking up with my ex-wife or whatever. I mean, that just, I mean, yeah, that would be pretty heartbreaking, but not to the point that the man deserved to be shot like a stray dog in the parking lot.